Why do you think there's so few journalists like you? You're basically the embodiment, at least in the space you operate, of what great journalism should be. Why do you think there's very few like you?
That's such an enormous compliment and probably overstatement. But I first want to pay respect. There are a lot of great journalists, and a lot of them are like, I don't want to just kind of take it and go, yeah, it's just me. There's so many great journalists. Matt Levine, Kelsey Piper, you've got anonymous journalists like Dirty Bubble. You've got citizen journalists like Tiffany Fong. But I think if you're going to be in the space in the long term, you do need to accept certain risks. And I think in the long term, it's like, I don't know how easy it is to play that game for a long period of time, because to do great journalism, you don't get paid a lot compared to what you could get paid if you did press pieces or anything like that. You take a lot of risks legally. You take physical risks. It's just like, if you care about money, it's not the profession. And I feel like a lot of people, when they get notoriety, they move to like, well, I can just maximize the money security side of things. And I think it takes out a lot of would-be great journalists.
And also, so first of all, comfort of physical and mental well-being.
Yes.
And also being invited to parties with powerful people.
Access.
You make enemies, rich and powerful enemies doing this.
Yes.
But that's why it's admirable. I mean, it's an interesting case study that you've been doing it as long as you have. And I hope you keep doing it. But it's just interesting that it's rare.
I'll say, I want to make a call. Like, I think societies can create better journalists and worse journalists insofar as they support the journalists who are doing great work. And I want to call out Edward Snowden specifically, because what we have done to him is such a travesty. And the only lesson you can learn if you're a logical human being is that you should never whistleblow on the United States government after looking at what they did to Snowden. So as a society, we can put pressure on lawmakers to make it easier for people to do the great work by not punishing the people who do great work, if that makes sense, and de-risking it for them. Because we shouldn't expect journalists to be martyrs to do great work, right? To do important work. And part of that comes from protecting whistleblowers. There's like very common sense things. I love, like, it's great to heroicize, people like Edward Snowden and stuff like that, but we shouldn't expect them to be heroes to do that work.